Welcome, everyone, to yet another episode of Clever Live, where we take you deeper into the world of Bitcoin, crypto, blockchain, and of course, the Clever ecosystem. Clever is pumping, Bitcoin is breaking out, and the Clever mainnet is fast approaching. A reminder to all KLV holders out there to unstake your KLV before April 9th in order to restake it in a new 100% APR for 3 months contract that will also function as a bridge to Clever mainnet. Bitcoin 22 in Miami is coming next week, and Dio, Matthias, JP, and I from the Clever team will all be there. So if you're coming to Miami for Bitcoin 2022, come over, say hello, let's chat. And let's not wait any further. Today's guest is someone who's been with Clever since the start and even before that. His name is, of course, David Ianakiara, and he is one of the co founders of Clever. He is the director of quantitative trading and Klever Bots, which, of course, you will find out a lot about. And he's also Dio's brother. Without further ado, welcome to the show, David.
Hey Misha, hey guys. Nice to be here. Thank you.
Amazing to have you. Finally, we've been talking about this for some time, and I know that the community is super pumped to hear more about you, more about what you do, and all of the crazy bots that you run silently in the background.
Sure, let's talk about it. Very excited and also a bit nervous. Let's do it.
Like I said, being nervous means that it means something and it's valuable, and that is
Yeah,
why we're here. Uh, Everybody, before we begin, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends and family. And if you have any questions for David, either now or during the show, just post them in the comment section, wherever you are, on Twitter or YouTube or any other platform, and the Backstage team will pick them up. So let's jump right into it, David. Let's
right.
start with you, of course. Who is David Ianakiara? Tell us more about your personal as well as your professional background.
All right. As I already said, I'm Dio's brother. Uh, I'm from Brazil, and we we lived in. We came from a very countryside in Bahia, Brazil, and since we left there, we discovered a lot of things around the world, very exciting things, a lot of friends. Crypto is a crazy world that we discover in the way. But talking about me, as you already know, I'm a guy that I'm a bit shy. I like to work on the backstage. I like to help with many things as I can. But I know sometimes it's important to be here and to talk with the community. You guys all deserve that. And that's why I agreed to come here and talk with you. Uh, so, uh, I'm a former software developer, worked with software development and performance tuning for almost 10 years prior to work on Clever. That's my main background experience. During this time, I've worked also as a product manager, as a tech leader, and also many other roles, pre-sales, any stuff that is needed. Because uh, this dream that we are building here, we did start a long time ago, and with my brother Diogenes, and it was necessary to learn a lot of stuff to do with marketing, with sales, with accountant, with taxes, with a lot of stuff, not just programming. managing a team, growing a team, and so my main experience during this time was all learning the stuff to be here, working with you guys. I would say that all this experience of, we had was preparing us for this moment and for the moments that will come. As also, as many of you know already, because of the history, we came from a very poor family. So before we start in technology, we had dealt with many other stuffs with uh, hard working in the farm and that stuff. Really hard times. I feel like we have many lives already. We live it more than 10 lives. It's crazy how time goes fast. And but I say glad we are here and all this thing that we learned, that all this struggle that we passed, they just made us stronger for the time that we come and for our purpose.
Yeah, it's truly shaped both you and your brother and instilled so much in to the values of the company, of all our collaborators, and of course the community, because it's contagious, that drive that stems from where you guys came from to where we are today, and of course where we're heading. Um,
Yeah,
let's talk a little bit more about that. You've been with Dio throughout your entire childhood, your youth, and even
yeah.
most of your adult life. How is it growing up with Dio as a brother, and how is it to work with your brother every day to grow Clever to where we are today?
Actually, we during most of our lives we lived the time separated, each one in a different city because of the difficulties, the problems. But one thing is that we are not just brother; we are best friends. My brother is my best friend, and I miss him a lot. So we always try to be close. And when we are together, it seems like things become easier. We can build amazing things. We can understand each other and connect with each other. It feels most of the time like we are the missing part of each one. It's like we complete each other. So it's amazing when we work together, the quality of and quantity of things we can do. It's really amazing. And that was the motivation for us to create a company at the beginning. Uh, our dream was always to build a product company, but because we didn't have the resource and we didn't have experience and we didn't have a product, we we had to work a lot of during this time with services like developing mobile applications for other customers, web applications, doing performance tuning, troubleshooting, big clients. Um, the guys that we have here at Clever and that they are founders, they are the beginning. Those guys are amazing. We have like Bruno Campos, CTO, Marlon, Pereira, and the background of those guys are also performance. So during this time that we were providing services, many of the jobs we were doing was related to performance tuning and building applications for clients. So let's say was everything preparing for this moment. Everything was experiencing, learning all the fails that we have, all the mistakes, but also the things good that we did build, we brought to Clever. And well, it's a long story. I think we could, yeah,
We
stay
have
here
up.
talking about all the things that we did and we passed. But it was not an easy journey. It was not a short success. I would say many from outside may think, all right, okay, this guy is just made an app, and from day to night they are with millions of users, which is not the truth. We are struggling. It's more than 10 years trying to run a company. It's not easy. And it happens more than twice that there was a time where we had money for just 2 weeks more, or we have to fire the entire team. And we did it. We managed to survive. Many days we had to work for money, if you understand what I mean. Like doing a lot of great, good stuff, working a lot of extra hours just to get the money to survive, to do not close the company. It happened already that deal went to developer to develop to build an application to a company, and his salary was paid in almost all developers was paying the company. We when we decided to go full time on our company, Get.io, uh, we did cut our salary by more than 60%. And it was really hard because when you have a way of life, a lifestyle, uh, and you cut the money for like it was more than 60. I'm sure it was just the money to survive, and we stayed like that for a while. But again, everything was learning experience. Everything was making us strong. We never thought in uh, leave and do not continue and stop the company. It was always our dream to build a great company that will help people. And when we met blockchain, when we met crypto, we saw there an opportunity, and it was incredible how the community embraces, how they were very supportive at the beginning. Most of them still here with us. They are here. They are supporters since the beginning, and they know what we are talking about, what we have built. If you get the Tron Wallet roadmap, the initial roadmap, we are already way far than that roadmap. Uh, our roadmap will continue to expand. We keep having great ideas every time, every day, bringing new ideas, bringing new solutions, evaluating what it work, what doesn't work, improving our services also. And it's not easy. A lot of things going in the background, too many work. It's very challenging to grow a company and keep doing the things the same way you were doing when you were like 10 people working. That's the big challenge. And we have an amazing team. The guys are so amazing. They adapt quickly to our culture. And that's why we are here, because we have an amazing teamwork. We didn't came here alone. We are talking here about David and Dio history, but there's a lot of other guys in the middle of this journey, and that they help us be here. And I'm glad that these guys are in the team. They are amazing. I'm really really proud of them.
We were talking about, first of all, thank you so much for sharing uh, all of that history, pain, success, laughter, probably tears throughout the years. But you were saying and talking about surviving at certain stage a few years back, and today into a situation perhaps more of thriving, where you can grow and you can invest that growth into more developers, more products, more ideas can conceptualize and become real services and tools for freedom for our users. When and how do you think that catalyst, after so many years, when was it in your eyes that it went from surviving to thriving in the history of Clever?
Well, uh, I think it was, I would say, during the Tron Wallet ICO we did. Was something that we were trying to make things happen, learning a lot of stuff. We were already in crypto for uh, some years ago, but not developing. And when we started and we joined the Tron community, uh, the support that we have was amazing, and the interest that people had at the time, that was for me the catalyst of say, okay, we we found the product, we are doing the correct thing, so let's keep pushing. And I would say for you, we already have built a lot of stuff, a lot of products, not just the wallet, not just exchange, a lot of things on the background with infrastructure, a lot of stuff. And I would say I don't feel anything comfortable right now. I still think that we need to push a lot. There's a lot of to do. Right now, the responsibility is even bigger than 2 years ago. I feel that way, and that's why we won't stop. We will continue in developer and bringing new stuff and listening to the community, because the community brought us here, and it will lead us to the future. So that's why we are always listening, trying to apply their feedbacks and to, I don't know, to be with them, be not just be on the developer side, but we try to be community as well. Right? We try to be good for everyone. It's all about financial freedom. It's a it's a big dream, a big purpose that we are trying to reach, and there's a lot to do, and we won't stop.
Fantastic. I love it. A lot of people are wondering what is quantitative trading, right? Director of quantitative trading and Clever Bots. So maybe you can explain to our audience, what is your role in Clever today?
My role in Clever today, as uh, public saying, is director of quantitative trading, but I'm more involved in other stuff. I try to be involved in more stuff, but uh, at the bots team, we are responsible to do market making on the KLV pairs around the exchange. We build tools for other projects of Clever to use also, like crypto integrations, exchange integrations. We have a library with more than 20 exchanges connected and keeping adding it. So most of the things we consume, they are built in-house with our own tech. Although we are a new team, we didn't start at the beginning of Clever, but something that was uh, it we saw that was necessary to have this area to work on the market making of our token, because paying market making is really expensive, and sometimes you have to give power of many tokens to the guys who do the market making, and we don't like that. So that's why we decided to build our own stuff, and we're keeping growing. So we started at the beginning. We did the crypto trading signals, which is send message to the Telegram, and it's an algorithm that do trading following. It watch the Bitcoin, Ethereum, ETHX market, and it was a test at the beginning. We did it still pushing notifications. It's very accurate, but we didn't focus too much on that project, because as we were going into more exchanges, the market making bot was being necessary. So we started to create it. This bot is still a lot of things to improve, a lot of work to do, a lot of features that we want to add. But we also launching other strategies. We are creating arbitrage bots. Also, we are already running. We are running the liquidity pool bots. The liquidity pool bots that we plan to launch into Clever Exchange in a couple months. We are already running that for 5 months in the background. So there's a lot of things that we do in the background,
So
not a work
let's take
that
them
people
let's
can
take them
see, but
separately. Let's take them separately one by one. Let's start with, because we're going to come and jump into the liquidity pools, because a lot of people are, first of all, very excited about it. And I don't think they truly understand the potential yet, because they haven't really heard all of the opportunities that lie in the liquidity pools. But we'll get to that. Let's start with Klever Bots. Talk more about the technology that's and the infrastructure behind the Klever Bots. You and your team, what do you guys, what have you built? What is live and what is coming, especially for the users?
yeah. Well, at the beginning, we did start with small stuff, just a computer running a single application running on the cloud. But as we were increasing the number of bots, we had to improve the way we were deploying the applications we were monitoring and the way we manage. And that led to uh, another job, another program that we had to develop bot admin, I would say trading bot admin. And we have to improve our infrastructure to be able to create bots, different kind of bots on demand, and be able to stop and to restart and to change. Sorry. And so now we have an operator that you can create different kind of bots with different strategies. It can be triggered by API using Clever ID. We are using that internally. Idea that someday we will expose this to our users. So users will be able to create their own bots in the future. I don't know exactly when this will be available, but we are already doing this inside a couple months. So uh, we've been improving also in the monitoring of the bots, all the trading that the bot is doing. So the idea is that we can analyze of all this data, and that the idea is that to improve the area with interficial artificial
Ar-
intelligence. Sorry, my English.
Artificial intelligence, yeah,
Yeah,
AI.
yeah, that's it. Yeah. By the way, sorry my English, guys. Still a lot to learn. And well, a lot of things to do. While we are managing the bots through this admin workspace, and we plan to release to all Clever internals in couple weeks. I'll say 2-3 more weeks. The idea is that users will be able to create at least liquidity pool bots on Exchange. Initially, they will be able to participate in a big liquidity pool. So the Exchange will have a list of liquidity pools that the user can join. But the idea in the future that the user can create his own bot, even through or Exchange or through the bot admin, signing with the Clever ID. So when the user have power to create their own bots, he will have powers to do configurations such as price range, or they will be able to provide liquidity with different weights for the tokens. They do not need exactly to provide 50-50. So these are some that the features we want to include in this bot when we launch to the user. So each user will be able to do their own configurations for their own pairs and their liquidity, and also they will have the possibility to add it to the main liquidity pool with its different configuration. Uh, but the idea is that when running your own bot, if you have the correct parameters, you can do more profits of it, and that's why we want to expose that to our users.
That's amazing. And just to summarize, so bots are currently running, the Klever bots are
Yeah,
currently running on the exchange, on the KLV pairs and others. They're getting integrated into the exchange for users. Probably in the coming months, definitely by the end of this year, will be something that is a product for everyone. But as always, it will be released in stages, and
yeah.
it's very, very exciting. And like David says, it gives an edge to any trader to be able to use such an advanced tool. So, before we jump into liquidity pools, there might be people around the world who don't know much about market making and the importance of liquidity. Can you touch a little bit on those two subjects?
Sure. We are talking about the bots that do market making here, but to basically explain to everyone what the responsibility of our bot is not throughout the user, as many of you think. The main idea of the bot is to provide liquidity. So whenever you want to buy a token, there will be a token for sale. And whenever you want to sell a token, there will be orders for you ready to buy your token. So that's the liquidity. So the main idea of the market making is to reducing a spread, to do not have bigger spreads, and to have liquidity so users can go in and out whenever they want.
That was
Liquidity,
that was
yeah,
perfectly put. Sorry, go on.
yeah. Liquidity, I would say, is one of the main problems, not just for us, but for entire crypto. So although we have bots running on a lot of pairs, there is not enough liquidities in all those pairs. So that's why we decided to create the liquidity pool. So the user can participate at liquidity and earn rewards in exchange of that. So for you to understand, it, you probably might have seen or heard someone that went to do a trade and did a market order and got screwed by an exchange. It already happened to me, and it was a hard lesson,
Was that your
but
worst trade
it
ever?
was, but I learned.
Was it your worst trade ever?
Probably, probably, yeah. Learning. I was learning. It was not that big, but I trusted the order book, the exchange. I was seeing the order book, and when I executed, it was not what I expected. So this is something that it happened a lot in many exchanges. You see the liquidity there, but there is no liquidity at all. So be careful when executing market orders for buying or selling.
100%. So,
Yeah.
with that background, let's jump into the liquidity pools that you and the team is building. Uh, and separated, of course, also between the three different liquidity pools: Clever Chain, Clever Exchange, as well as Clever Swap. And let's dive deep into it.
Okay, so you doing a bit of spoiler. Let's do it. So initially we are working. Actually, not initially. We are working that in different. different fronts, different teams working on that. But as I said, initially we will integrate the liquidity pool into the exchange where the user will be able to provide liquidity. And by providing liquidity, when you provide liquidity to the liquidity pool in the exchange, that liquidity turns into orders in the order book. So it's a bit different from uh, DeFi liquidity pool, like a smart contract liquidity pool. So the smart contract liquidity pool, the logic is all inside the contract, and you cannot see the orders. You can see just the entire liquidity in there, and when you do the swap, you will see the slippage that may have in your trade depending on the volume. And the Clever Exchange liquidity pool, I say when you add liquidity to the pool, uh, this liquidity goes to a liquidity pool bot that will create orders in the order book and will handle the liquidity pool logic. So whenever there's a buy or sell order, we are collecting rewards from the spread, and that rewards will go to everyone that provide liquidity at the end. The liquidity pool from the Clever chain, it will be a K app, a Clever app, where users will be able to deploy their liquidity pool there to create it whenever they want in a decentralized way. Uh, they will have to build an interface to deal with the blockchain. So if we have any developers in the live, you guys can already start building the interface of your stuff and planning. And at the beginning, you will just have to connect to the liquidity pool and trigger the functions needed to that. You don't have to implement a smart contract and to deploy the smart contract. Everything is already built for you. You just have to deal with the user interface in this communication. Uh, the Clever chain liquidity pool will be amazing, will be decentralized, we can have many liquidity pools around there. So we may have an application that created a liquidity pool running in Europe, and someone created another application, Clever Swap, Clever Cake Swap in Mexico, and deployed there, and it's running. So we might see this. Developers can create their project and use the blockchain infrastructure. But inside the chain, we will be able just to do swaps of the same chain. So we might have stable coins in there. We might have a lot of tokens, and you'll be able to create liquidity pools and do swap for blockchain assets, for the Clever blockchain assets. And on the Clever exchange, we will have liquidity pools that the Clever will provide few liquidity pools. There will be also at the beginning reserved spots. I would say limit of locked value at the beginning while we are evaluating the running the exchange, and then we go in full. And the Clever swap is the swap that we have today in the wallet. We also are planning to launch a liquidity pool there, so where users will be able to, through the wallet, add liquidity to a liquidity pool and also earn rewards for every swap done on that liquidity pool. Also, another thing that we plan to do with community It's the British pool community. So users will also be able to contribute with tokens for a bridge. So right now we are launching the swap several bridges like USDT to USDT, USDT to BUSD, BUSD to USDC. But we will have more like we have Reef today, Reef to Reef. And the idea is to add more and with the support of the community. So we can have a good liquidity. Liquidity is very important for a lot of stuff. So that's why we want to bring community together because the guys are amazing, and I think it will rock. Right now, I'm just guessing. I don't have the exact numbers, but I would say we have around $10 million in locked values in liquidity pools. Uh, but with the community, we reach at least 100, right?
Just to begin with, let
Count on
me
you guys.
So, first of all, there was a lot of new information for the community out there. Let's try to summarize it. The liquidity pool for the exchange is coming with very attractive rewards. The liquidity pool for the Clever Chain is, of course, coming with the launch of Clever Chain in a completely decentralized and following manner, and also following, of course, this Clever Digital Asset (KDA), the different token standard that's coming on the Clever chain. And there are two new liquidity pools that's just been announced. One is for Clever Swap inside of the wallet, where you can essentially provide liquidity for any of the 528 different swap pairs that we currently have inside of Clever Swap. And yeah, we've just passed 500, guys. We've been at 300 for quite some time, and 528 is only the beginning. We're adding
Just
constantly, and David is in charge of that.
Yeah, just an information. And also I've been working with the swap team. I'm more close to that since the end of the year. And also we have a lot of ideas like integrating our swap into DeFi, and also the user. The idea is that the user will be able not to swap 300 tokens, but to swap anything he type. We will try to find that and swap for him, and he will also be able to provide liquidity to that.
Amazing.
That's the idea.
And the last one that we also here announced was the bridge liquidity pools. So, for instance, today we have a bridge from Reef mainnet to Reef BSC and ETH. You can provide liquidity and get rewards. Same thing for USDT, USDC, and others, where we bridge between blockchains and between protocols. So, super exciting. Thanks for sharing, David.
Yeah. About that bridge, well, if there are token issues here or anyone that may watch this later, you guys are welcome to contact Clever, and we'll be happy to arrange the token swap of the cross-chain swap for your token. And while we don't have this through the decentralized way, right now we have partner with Reef, but we are here to do partnership with a lot of great projects. We already have done that. And if you guys are interested in provide this cross-chain swap to your users and to 3 million more users, just contact Clever. We'll be here to help you.
Always open for business.
Always open to business. This is a great opportunity to do business, right?
Yes, it's the best time to do business, and a lot of business will be done. That's for sure. Let's talk more about your vision for the Clever Chain, KLV's role inside of the chain, and of course the future of the Clever ecosystem. How do you see it?
Oh, when I see it, seems like I can't see the end. It's just like looking to the ocean. It just it's too much thing
Horizon never
to
ends.
yes, and still there's a lot of opportunities in there. Uh, the last year for Clever And this year actually also is being very crucial because in the background we're building a lot of stuff. There are a lot of products going on that are pending to be delivered or they're almost ready to be delivered. And I think when we connect everything and we polish, still need a lot of polishing in the products. We are aware of that. It's always a constant uh, keep improving work here. We are always uh, improving the product, so will be always listening to you guys. Any help, any comment, any suggestion, it's always welcome because we are trying to make this for you. But I believe when we connect all the dots, it will be amazing. I don't I don't see anything yet that no company is doing what I want what we are doing. I don't know. I might be talking shit here, but
I don't think so.
I think we are
I've
doing
been in crypto
a
for many
lot of
years
stuff.
because of you.
Yeah, a lot of we are not a wallet. Long time ago, we we are not just a wallet anymore. So, and as I say, all those products that we are launching, they require other products and other stuff and other improvements and all other areas here. So we have to deploy nodes for different blockchains, create integration for different blockchains, different exchanges, different features that keep coming. Uh, I don't know. Tomorrow might have a new feature, a new stuff going on out there, and we might have to integrate or develop. So it's a lot of stuff, but I believe when we have the things oiled, it will be it will be epic. We
In-
are we are way bigger than people around. See, it's too much thing. There's too much thing going on, and well, we just need time to deliver it. We are just keep working and trying to do our best here. I think it will be a great journey. It's already is a great journey. And once we become live with Clever blockchain, also, I believe if we manage to attract good developers, I don't say many developers. It's not about deploying and publish a lot of stuff. It's about have projects in the blockchain that have really use case and it's good to the user, not another scam. Uh, so I believe that the K apps will help a lot this movement from developers from Web 2 to Web 3. So Clever will be like a door for them. If you wanted to build more complex stuff, custom stuff, and you don't want to wait Clever developing, you can do it, but you have those risks. Smart contracts are being hacked every day. It's
yeah, we saw
very often that you hear a big project got hacked,
Axie
and
Infinity
that's
and
the
the Roman
idea.
$625 million at least so far.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just, I
yeah.
think, 1 or 2 days ago. The largest DeFi hack in the history of DeFi. And doesn't really prove to be much DeFi when things can be that exploited. And like you said, what Clever is doing is not just connecting the dots within, building out all of these products to then join them inside of the Clever chain to an entire ecosystem. It's closer than most people think, but patience clearly rewards the
It is an
bold.
entire ecosystem. So yeah, it's a but too many work, too many fronts. It's a big team right now. We are over 160 people and growing every day. Uh, But again, if we manage to come here with so few, I mean, left from almost zero to here, what we can build now, well, it's out of limits.
The only thing that limits us
We,
is
we
our
don't yeah we don't put limits. We always try to do the best next day, trying to be better than yesterday. And we will see where this goes.
Yeah, and I think one of the most important things to remember about the origins of Clever and coming out as a wallet to then build all of these products, I think a lot of companies out there, including the really major ones, they see a wallet and wallet infrastructure security as an extension to their other products, exchange or DeFi and so on. While a Clever, we see the products as an extension to the wallet infrastructure. So security is always priority and security is always key. And I think that allowed us to be more flexible and build this entire ecosystem that's now coming together.
It is. Security is really important. And one one way that I see Clever also, uh, many projects will launch an ICO, a white paper, will try to raise money without anything built. They will build a blockchain, they will build other stuff. But I think we started building from the other way around. We started from the wallet where everyone, this was something that you said a couple years ago. Like, everyone needs a wallet. That's why we are building a wallet. And we
From
started
scratch.
from there. Yeah, we started from the wallet. And as you can see, from the wallet, we are building the entire ecosystem that supplies the wallet. We are not using other people's stuff. We are building our own stuff. We already use it a lot of build stuff from other people, but we have a lot of problems, issues with supporting, troubleshooting. So that's why we decided to go with our own stuff cleverly.
Fantastic. Before we jump in, I mean, listen. I could sit here and talk to you for hours, and I'm sure the audience really enjoys this. But we also have a lot of community questions, actually. But before we jump into that, let's talk a little bit about your trading because I know that you are quite deep into to trading, as does the team. Can you tell us how you started and how you've evolved as a trader over the years?
Yeah, I started trading with Dio some years ago prior to launch Tron Wallet. We did start investing in cryptocurrencies. We we at the beginning we heard about Bitcoin, I say 2012, 2013, but we didn't manage to buy any Bitcoin. And later we deployed the mining uh, that ran for a while, but again we didn't give the proper attention to
Attention.
that. Yeah, like many of we here. It took a while to join, right? And later we start to buy crypto to hold and also do trading, thinking that we are going to make easy money, but it's not easy money, never, right? So we did lost money trading, we did win sometimes, and I would say that was the beginning, and from then we started to study more. And as many of you think, I don't pass the entire day trading. Otherwise, I wouldn't do anything else. I already, I would say, kind of worked as a day trader for a time, but I don't think it's healthy for me. It's it
I
gave
think it's
me
healthy,
too,
right?
yeah, it gave me too much anxiety, right? Especially if you're dealing with futures. And also, again, because you can't trust the liquidity on the exchange, right? So that's why I beginning to deal with bots. So the bots can do better trade for me. They know what they are doing. They are programmed to do what they intend to do. And I prefer to do trading more less often, I would say. And when you have big opportunities, sometimes if you don't do trade often, you have your bots running there and you have your liquidity pools running there. That's what I like to do. I have liquidity pools, I have bots running. I do trading, but Bitcoin drop it to 35K. I go there and buy a Bitcoin. If it goes to 60, I will sell some. I would prefer do this kind of trade, long-term trading, than
And
dealing
let
with
do the hard work.
yeah, dealing with day trading. It will take me out of other things here in Clever, and it doesn't make sense for me to be focused on that. Of course, I need to study. I trade a lot, mainly for testing, implementing stuff too. Also, I like to buy new tokens that are how can I say uh, forgot the word, that they
Very
have
high risk
potential.
and very high reward, perhaps.
No, not much. I would say I like projects that are building. Many of them are partners also of Clever. We like to partner with projects that are building. So, but trading in daily basis, I leave to the bots. I would prefer to do trading, manual trading less often and with
And more
big,
long term.
yeah, I would say after big moves in the market.
It's great. So let's jump. We still got a few minutes left, so let's jump into a few community questions. And the first one is pretty straightforward. What are the differences between clever bots and other bots?
You mean the bots from the other exchange? Well, I will talk about that, I guess. Uh, the liquidity pool bots that we have different from many other exchange. I would not say all exchange. I don't want to be mean. I don't know exactly what they are doing there, right? But it happened to me that I went to trade. I did a sell order there, and it wasn't filled for the price I thought it would be filled because the liquidity it didn't exist. Or they might do a how can I say it? Or the book copy. It's a so it happens sometimes. There are tools that you can do this. For example, you run a market maker with a copy of order book from Binance or KuCoin, and well, it's a copy, it's not there. And if it change fast on the other side, your order will not be filled. So I don't know exactly what they do, but the bots that we are doing, the liquidity pools, if you see the liquidity there, the liquidity is there, right? We still have lack of liquidity. We need to improve on that. But once, if you see the order on the book, the liquidity is there. You can sure trade. Unless someone goes there and trade first than you, I can not do anything about that, right?
Great answer.
But
So
that's
the
this. Yeah,
bots
this is one of the
are
differences.
real
This is one of the
liquidity,
differences.
not just perceived liquidity.
Yes, we don't fake liquidity.
Exactly.
Uh,
So real bots.
yeah, otherwise you could see the order books of Clever Exchange full of orders there, but if they are not real, they will vanish once you hit the button, right?
Indeed.
But this doesn't happen. Also, it's hard to talk about the bots from other companies since I didn't manage them, but Our bot is using technology to be really fast. We are focused on events and well, we already have a connection with, I already say, more than 20 exchanges. So, and once we have a good liquidity for our bots and once the arbitrage bot that we have is completed, finished, it will be, we'll have a more, I would say, equal price between exchange. Sometimes still there are a lot of difference in the price because still no liquidity. Sometimes you won't be able to execute your order. But the idea is that we have, I would say, bots that work in favor of the market. That's the idea. Provide a good spread, provide liquidity. And if there's an imbalance in markets, the arbitrage, of course, will profit from it. But the idea is not dump and pump. It's just leave that up to the traders.
Great. I think it was a very well articulated answer. Let's go to Enzo's question, our brother from Italy, who sent in this question before actually. What are the biggest challenges to programming a successful trading bot?
There are many challenges. One of them, the first of them we had was different APIs on different exchanges. So it took a lot of work to create a connector that handle all the exchange and it has a single output, input and output kind of an SDK that we have to handle exchange. This was one of the challenges, not just implement the request, but the responses and sometimes the approach to deal with something is different. So you have custom stuff for different stuff. It's a bit of hard working. And also you have problems with rate limit too. We do a lot of requests, so we have to improve that. Working with events was one of the best ways to every time instead of doing pulling to the exchange, we just listen. Also, not all exchanges will have events, so you still have to do pooling in some exchange. You have problems with decimals. You have problems with troubleshooting, logging. Sometimes you may not able to retrieve all the history from the exchange. It's a lot of stuff. It's many small challenges, but if you have uh, a well-defined strategy, and you can write tests to validate it. I think the most challenging part will be monitoring and connecting to the exchange because it's a lot of data that we do, and still a lot of work to do on monitoring and analysis, so we can be better bots.
Fascinating. The entire field of bots and automated market making is absolutely mind blowing, and it takes some time to learn, and it definitely takes a lifetime to master. So we're very happy that you're heading the efforts. Last question from the community: will Clever Exchange have the speed to manage the running of many bots?
We already have more than 100 bots bombarding the exchange. And this is also a good test for the exchange. The guys are having to improve some stuff. Also, I believe we will for sure. The technology that we built for the exchange, it's it's able to scale at the points of the bot for sure.
And with that, I want to thank you, David, for finally coming on the show, sharing yourself, your history, everything that you've built with the entire team and with Dio and with us, and for sharing your story today. So thank you very
Thank you
much.
for having me. Thank you, guys from community. It was a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be with you since the beginning. As I said, in the beginning of the life, I don't appear often. I'm not here. You won't see me often, but I'm always working in the background in every area of Clever, trying to help as many as I can, and always listening to you guys. Thank you again for bringing us here. We are here because of your support, and with your support, we'll be even more stronger.
Thank you, everybody out there around the world for tuning in, whether live or post recording. It's always an amazing pleasure to have you supporting our efforts and being with us in that journey to promote financial freedom to billions of people around the world. And before we go, a reminder that all KLV holders need to unstake your KLV before the 9th of April in order to restake it in the new contract that will have 100% APR for 3 months and also function as the bridge to the newly launched Klever blockchain. And until next time, being clever is not only a mindset, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. Thanks for being clever, guys.
Peace.